Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of That 70's Song Show, a Trimungus production where we, Trimungus, want to share our love of music and music nostalgia and music history with you, the viewer, in a trivia format. Thank you for joining us. If you're new here, we're glad to have you. Please check out some of our previous episodes. And if you are not new, thanks for sticking with us all this time. We're on 9 episodes now. And as you know, every episode we do a different year. We're doing the 70s all this decade. And we're almost to the end. We're up to 1978 today. So we're getting close to our favorite decade, the 80s, coming up next season. But we'll get to that. My name is Tim. And as usual, I am here with my fellow Trimunga Maniacs, Mark and Jessica.
Hello, hello, hello.
Mark and Jessica are the owners of Trimungus Productions. And to tell you a little about what Trimungus is, Mark, would you do the honors, please?
Sure, thanks, Tim. So Trimungus is a full-service audio-video production company based in Middletown, Delaware. We have a full 1,300 square foot recording and production studio, which is where we're filming our show from our control room today. So if you're a musician or an artist, band, we can record your single song, your album, for mixing and mastering. If you need voiceover work for another video or any other kind of sound design, sound work, we can do it right here in our production studio here. For video production, we do everything from shows like this. So if you have an idea that you want to bring to life and you need a crew and a team to help bring it together, hire us. We will help you bring it from an idea to something like this. If you're a small business and you need content for your social media, for a marketing campaign or promotions, we can help you with that. Obviously short films, documentaries, commercials, explainer videos, seminars, live stream events, multi-camera events, you name it, we can cover it. Just hit us up, trimungus.com.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
That we do. So, if you haven't seen already, you will find out by the end of the episode that we are storytellers, and we would like to help you tell your story. So, if you've got a story to tell and think we fit the bill, let's help you tell your story. All right. So, we've got a game to play here, and as I've already stated, we're in 1978. So, all of the questions in today's game will revolve around popular songs from 1978. Before we get to the game, I'm going to hand it over to Jessica to explain why. Why do we have this game on the internet? Tell us, Jessica.
Sure thing, Tim. Thank you. We have this game because we like to have fun as friends and we know each other pretty well. But we also wanted to share the fun with the world. So putting this in a game format where viewers can play along, as well as get to kind of know us and our personalities, as well as get to go down memory lane or find new music that they may not have already heard and end up liking. So all those things and more, I'm sure, will be accomplished. So that's why we're doing it.
Absolutely, and we ourselves are surprised as we do this about the songs that we don't remember or didn't know existed. These were popular songs, and sometimes we're just like, I've never heard of that song. So you never know, you might discover something from the past that you just didn't know anything about. So, all right, well, on with the game. We've got a game in 3 rounds.
Round 1, Top 10, Points Explainer. Each contestant picks 10 songs from an alphabetized list of the top 50 songs for that year and ranks them from 1 to 10 as their guest placement. The contestants' song picks are then compared to the actual ranking of the top 50 songs for that year. The relative placement of each song is determined based on its ranking in the top 50 songs for that year. If the guest placement of the song is the same as its relative placement, then the contestant gets 1 point, and half a point if it's off by 1. Any song picked that also ranked in the top 10 of the top 50 songs for that year earns a bonus point. Each song that doesn't get points awarded to the contestants earns the host a half point each.
All right, so any commentary about this week's list of songs or any influence that went into it? I know we kind of have the same general ideas every week about how it works, but
Well, yeah, again, just the same strategy applies. It's based upon my subjective experience with these songs. When was I first exposed to them? How was I exposed to them? How long after the song was released? Did I hear it for the first time? Because that kind of helps me trying to think or gauge its popularity. Standing the test of time. Even though I've already been proven many times in this show that strategy doesn't really work.
And that's so surprising too, because it's things change so much over the years, you know.
Because some of the songs that have been in like say the top 10 or top 5 for the year for a particular year are songs that I just either don't remember, don't recall at all, or like, okay, well, I guess.
There was a song on the last week chart, I think it was called Angel in Your Arms, and I don't know a single person who has ever heard of that song, but it was a huge hit. It was top 10 apparently. I have no idea. So, anything to add, Jessica?
Yes, I would like to add that part of the reason we have this type of round in our show is because you, Tim, have a hobby of like looking at Billboard charts and studying them, whereas Mark and myself don't. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that and I'm assuming Mark as well, literally have no idea what actually charted on Billboard, because it's not something that, you know, we paid attention to back in the 70s because we were too young, and it's not something that as adults we've kind of gone back and looked at like you have. So that's part of the reason that we have this format and why you're kind of letting us try to guess, because it would be very one-sided if you were sitting here and trying to guess, because you kind of have that knowledge already.
A lot of this is less of a surprise to me, and I definitely don't expect either of you to know which songs were the bigger hits and yada yada. So it's kind of fun watching you react to being like, oh wow, that was a number one song, you know? Yeah. Most people aren't Billboard nerds like I am. They don't know that stuff. If you are a Billboard nerd, you know, good for you.
And you're not alone.
Nope. So, all right. So if you do want to play, the list is in the description. So take a second to pause if you want. Go write down 10 of those songs and then come back and we'll see how you do. Okay? All right, and welcome back. So here we go. Out of the 50 songs on the list, Mark and Jessica, you chose 4 of the same songs. All right, so we'll go through those songs first. The first of those 4 songs is Kansas, Dust in the Wind. We know that song. I think we may have a video parody of that song somewhere. I don't know. Called Crust in the Bin, I think it is. Yeah. Okay. A video where we got a comment where somebody said, I want the last 9 minutes of my life back. So definitely time well spent. Anyway, Dust in the Wind finished at number 39 in 1978. Mark, you put it at number 8. And Jessica, you put it at number 7. You were both close, but not close enough because the song is number 10 on both your lists. All right, so no points for that one. All right, next we got Donna Summer's Last Dance. Last Dance was number 34 out of 50 on Billboard's top 50 list there. Mark, you put it at number 2. Jessica, you put it at number 4, but it's on the bottom half of your list for both of you. For Mark, it's at 8, and for Jessica, it is at 9, so no points for that song. Alrighty. Up next, I've got from Grease, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, You're the One That I Want, an original song written for the movie. That song was number 13 at the end of the year. Let's see, Mark, you put it at 4. Jessica, you put it at 1. Unfortunately, it's too far for you, Jessica. It was number 5 on your list. But Mark, it comes out number 3 on yours, so you get half a point. All right, some points are happening today. All right. And the fourth of the 4 songs you both chose was Bee Gees' Staying Alive. Not surprising at all. That song was number 4 for the year. Mark, you put it at number 1. Jessica, you put it at number 2. And on both your lists, it would be number 2. So half a point for you, Mark, full point for Jessica. And we're right now we got competition going. And now we get to the part where I talk a lot for a minute because you each have 6 individual songs that the other one didn't choose. And I'll try to get through them quickly. Just remember to breathe, between songs here. All right, so starting at the bottom of Mark's list, you've got Olivia Newton-John's Hopelessly Devoted to You, another song written for the Grease movie. That song was number 35 for the year. You put it at 6, but it finishes at 9, according to the songs that you chose. No points. Up next, Dan Hill, Sometimes When We Touch. Sometimes When We Touch was number 33 for the end of the year. Jessica, you put it 8th on your list, and that is correct. It is number 8, according to the songs you picked, so 1 full point for you. Next, we have On Mark's list, I've got Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And that song was number 30 for the year. You put it at 9, but let's see. Yeah, it actually finishes at number 7. Is that correct? Yes, number 7. So you're off by 2 on that one. Jessica chose Queen's "We Will Rock You" / "We Are the Champions," which I don't know if that was an A and B side or if they actually played because I've heard that song played one after the other like that on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, like you just after a while you just expect the next song to start up at the end of
just kind of pair together.
Yeah. So that was number 25 for the year. Jessica, you put it at 3, but technically it would be at number 7, so no points for that one. All right, next I've got one earworm of a song. Barry Manilow's "Can't Smile Without You." I think they probably was a commercial back then. That's one of those songs that if you let it, it'll go on forever. You know? All due respect to Barry Manilow. So that song was number 27 at the end of the year. You put it at number 7, but it would be at number 6, so you get half a point. All right. Next, Jessica chose Bonnie Tyler's "It's a Heartache." This is before Total Eclipse of the Heart. People might not remember that she had another song, but "It's a Heartache" was a big hit and finished at number 24 for the year. Jessica, you put it at 5, and you were off by 1. It would be number 6, so you get half a point for Bonnie Tyler. Okay, next, we got 3 more each. Back to Mark's list. I've got Yvonne Elliman, "If I Can't Have You." I don't want you, baby. That song was number 19 for the year. Another Bee Gees written song. And Mark, you put it at number 10, but technically it would be 5, so... Whew. Halfway up there. Yvonne. Up next on Jessica's list, I've got Commodore's "3 Times a Lady." Beautiful song. And... twice, 3 times I made it. That song was number 10 for the year. Jessica, you put it at 9, which is frustrating because had you put it at 10, you would have gotten 2 full points. But it actually comes up 4th of the songs that you chose, so no points. No points for you. So let's see. Also, no, going back to Mark's list now, I've got Billy Joel's "Just the Way You Are," another very beautiful song. That song was number 17 in 1978. Mark, you put it at 5, but it would technically be at 4, so you get half a point. All right. Back to Jessica's list, you've got "A Taste of Honey," "Boogie Oogie Oogie," which I was surprised that somebody picked, and I was like, oh, all right. Good song. So let's see. That song was number 9 for the year. Jessica, you put it at 6, but it is actually 3rd on your list, so no points for "Boogie Oogie Oogie." And let's see. Mark's last song is Andy Gibbs' "Shadow Dancing." You put that at number 3, but it is actually the top song on your list, so you don't get any points for that one. And finally, and Jessica, this is a song that I would have picked. Jessica picked Debbie Boone's "You Light Up My Life." That was another ballad earworm song that, you know, yeah. That's the song. It's a waltz. No. So that song was number 3 for the year. Jessica, you put it at number 10, but it would be at the top of your list, so no points for that one. All right, so I'm going to review the points as we've got them so far. Mark, you didn't get any in the correct position, but you got, I think, 4 off by 1. So you got 2 whole points for that. You also get 2 points for picking 2 of the top 10 songs for the year. So your total score right now is 4. Jessica, let's see, you got 2 in the correct position, is that right? Yes, "Staying Alive" and "Sometimes When We Touch You," so that's 2 full points for you, and you get a half a point for "It's a Heartache," so you are currently at 2.5, but you also get 4 points because you identified 4 of the top 10 songs correctly, so you have 6.5 points, right? Now, based on all the songs, none of you got any exact positions this time, unfortunately, so for all the songs you didn't get right, I get half a point each. So from Mark, I got 3 points from you. Jessica, I got 3.5 from you. So our current total score right now is Mark 4. Jess and I both have 6.5, so we're tied. And that's what we got. So if you've been playing, I'll read the top 10 songs for you as they actually are, and you can see if you picked any of the correct ones. All right, so according to Billboard 1978, the top 10 songs are: number 10, Commodore's "3 Times a Lady." Number 9, "Taste of Honey," "Boogie Oogie Oogie." Number 8, Andy Gibb, "Love is Thicker Than Water." Neither of you chose that one. Number 7 was Players, "Baby Come Back." Number 6 was Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love? There's a lot of Bee Gees going on. Number 5 is Exiles, Kiss You All Over. Do you remember that song? I wanna kiss you all over.
Till the night
closes in. We sound great.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Bee Gees, Staying Alive. Okay. Number 3, Debbie Boone, You Light Up My Life. Number 2, Bee Gees, Night Fever. Neither of you picked that. And number 1, an extension of the Bee Gees, Andy Gibbs, Shadow Dancing, which you picked. It was at the top of your list, but you put it at 2, so you didn't get the exact position point. But I gotta say about Shadow Dancing, whenever I watch paranormal videos and it involves shadow people, I cannot help thinking in my head, doing it right, yeah, all through the night, shadow people, because that's what they do. They're doing it right all through the night, you know. All right, so if you did well on the chart, let us know. You know, we'll definitely read the comments, and maybe we'll comment back. Maybe we'll talk about some of your wins. Anyway, we're on to round 2, and this is our music. This is our multiple choice trivia round. Jess and I will each ask 3 questions, and Mark will ask a bonus questions. For me and Jess, our questions are worth 1 point if you get it right, and if you get it wrong, it's half a point for the asker. And I'll explain the points for Mark's round when we get to it. All right, first question. In 1978, Rod Stewart had a hit song with "You're in My Heart." Which of these famous soccer teams were mentioned in the? Which of these famous soccer teams was mentioned in the song's lyrics? Ready? A is Barcelona. B is Liverpool. C is Celtic or Celtic, depending on how you pronounce it. And D is Arsenal. Show me your answers, please. Mark says A. Jessica says A. You are both wrong. The answer is C, Celtic. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. I've heard the song plenty of times and I wouldn't have got that. So that is a full point for me. And now on to the second. Thank you for your points. Let me find my second question here. Okay. Which New York City landmark was mentioned in the middle section of the Rolling Stones' 1978 hit single "Miss You"? Remember "Miss You"? Okay, so your choices are A, Macy's, B, Coney Island, C, Times Square, D, Central Park. Geez, remember Macy's? That seemed like forever ago. All right, what are your answers? Mark says C. Jessica says D. The correct answer is D, Central Park. So that's a point for Jessica. And half a point for me. Thank you, Mark. You're so generous. That's okay. I'll lose them on the next part. So, all right. Question number 3. In 1978, Donna Summer had a major crossover hit single with "Last Dance." On which 1970s movie soundtrack did this song appear? All right. A is Grease. B, Thank God It's Friday. C, Saturday Night Fever. Or D, Heaven Can Wait. Show me your answers. Mark says B. Jessica says D. The correct answer is B, Thank God It's Friday. That's a whole point for Mark. And a half a point for me. And those are my 3 questions. So now it is Jessica's portion of the trivia question thingamajig.
Round. 1978. Illinois Bell Company introduces first ever cellular mobile phone system.
Wow.
The first test tube baby was born on July 25th in England from in vitro fertilization. And NASA unveiled the first group of women astronauts.
Wow. All right.
There's more stuff there, but, on to trivia.
I'm just surprised at how early some of these things happen as opposed to how late some other things feel like they happen,
Yep.
Like, I didn't know, the cellular phone in 1978. What? No. I never heard of such a thing.
It was the size of a small Datsun, but
It's just a small one, though. You can fit it in your pocket if you had
Well,
it
it's
in
like
your pocket.
those car phones that used to have a briefcase and stuff. That's what it probably used, right?
Yeah, wow.
Okay. First question from me. The song YMCA by the Village People was released this year in 1978. What was the reaction from YMCA the following year? Was it A, they contributed funds to the band? B, they incorporated the YMCA dance hand gestures in their advertising. C, they sued the band for libel. Or D, they initiated a boycott against the band.
Wow, I don't really know. But they're all plausible. See, here's my thing. Like, there's a couple of things. One, it's like, okay, the song was positive towards the YMCA, so I would hope that it contributed in helping them somehow. But on the other hand, they might not have liked the band at all based on their look and, you know, they had like an underground gay following. I don't know if they knew about that stuff back then, but so I'm kind of torn here, but I gotta pick something, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Bottom line is you gotta pick something.
All right, what are your answers? Okay, Mark says B, Tim says A. The answer is C.
Oh.
They were sued.
Oh, man, that's too bad.
Of course
Sued
they were.
for libel.
So that's a whole point for you, Jessica.
All right, second question. Who became the only songwriter in history at this point in 1978 to have written 4 consecutive #1 singles on Billboard's Hot 100 chart?
Okay.
Was it A, David Bowie, B, Barry Gibb, C, Barbara Streisand, or D, James Pankow?
I think I know this. Feeling a little confident about this one, but I might be surprised.
Your answers, both B or both correct.
Yes.
Very good.
All
You know,
right.
all this talk of the Bee Gees, I would hope to think that.
That's one of those things that I may have had an advantage on from knowing the Billboard charts better, you know. So 1 point for each of us, Mark. Alrighty, and we're moving on. Question 3.
All right. The 20th annual Grammy Awards were presented in Los Angeles this year, hosted by John Denver. Which of the following wins Album of the Year? Was it A, Van Halen's Van Halen, B, Kenny Rogers' 10 Years of Gold, C, Billy Joel's 52nd Street, or D, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors?
Oof. I'm torn between 2 of them.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Share your answers. Mark says C, Tim says D, and Tim gets the point. It's
Yes!
D. It's Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
C was my other choice. All right, a point for me and half a point for Jess. Because Mark got it wrong. All right, now we're moving on to Mark's portion of the multiple choice questions. Although it could be true or false. We never know. It's always it's a wild card with Mark. But basically, Mark's question is worth 3 points for me or Jess if we get it right, and if either of us get it wrong, it's a 1.5 for Mark. So go ahead, lay it on us, blood.
Okay, this is a multiple choice question based around football, American football.
Okay.
It's kind of a trivia. It's like a pop / technology, maybe. You know, we'll see.
All right.
Multiple choice. So in 1978, which of the following was first launched and became widely used and popular amongst NFL? So was it A, Stadium Nachos, the snack?
Okay.
B, was it the First and 10 graphic system where they would show you where the First and 10 line is on the computer?
Right.
Or on the computer, on the television broadcast? Was it C, was it the Kiss Cam? Which is a stadium thing? Or was it D, was it Howard Cosell's colostomy bag? Trick question. You don't know.
So that narrows it down a little bit.
Give me your answers.
All right. I'm going to go with the 1 in 10 thingy.
You were both correct.
Yeah.
So the First and 10 graphic system for drawing lines on TV to create an on-field marker to help TV viewers identify NFL was first down instances and conceived and partnered in 78 by David W. Crane. It also won 2 Emmys. But during a 1978 Monday Night Football game, Howard Cosell commented on a delicious new snack he was eating. Thus, Stadium Nachos went mainstream. So
okay. So one begat the other.
So nachos was also became a.
All right.
Yeah, I went with the one that would affect more people than just those who were at the game.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of seeing it on TV, you know.
But
So, all right.
cool, very cool.
So you kind of destroyed
this
your
little
points there with that question because Jessica and I each got 3
I'm
points
done.
extra.
Yeah, I might as well just be.
Your total score right now is 6.
Okay.
Jessica, you have twice as many points at 12, and I am currently at 13.5. So,
Well,
gotta beat me with your nostalgia song there. So, which brings us to round 3, the nostalgia round, our favorite round, because this is where we get to enjoy our storytelling part of the show, because we do like to tell stories. So basically, in round 3, each of us have chosen one song from the year 1978 that influenced us at some point in our lives, and we will each tell the story of the song we chose. And then when it's over, we will award each other points based on who had the best story. And once we have the total points, the winner will pick from the prize jar, or as we like to say, the jar of prizes. Alrighty, so. I think, and if you have a nostalgia song, a song that from 1978 that reminds you of something important in your life, let us know in the comments, because we may be reading some of your nostalgia picks, on the show in the future. Anyway, I'll go first with this one because mine isn't anything special. I think I say that every week, but it's like until I start talking about it, it doesn't feel like anything. But then,
this one's no special.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, I'm gonna take all your points. 2 shows in a
Then
row.
we get into these conversations, and I realize it was so much more than that. So the song I chose was "If I Can Have You" by Yvonne Elliman, for 2 reasons. One, that it was one of those songs I couldn't get enough of at the time it came out. I remember absolutely loving it, and finally one day she was on some TV show, Solid Gold, or one of those other performance shows, and it was the first time it occurred to me that people don't look the way they sound, because she is from Hawaii, and I just assumed she was a white woman until I saw her. I also didn't know whether the Bee Gees wrote the song, and I kind of really enjoyed that revelation, and it made me like her a lot more. Like, I'm just watching her, and I thought she was pretty too. And that just showed me that sometimes what you hear is not always what you think it is. So I was I was like 7 years old at the time, so I didn't know anything about race issues or race in general. I didn't know any people who looked Hawaiian, or at first I thought she was just Asian, and for years I still didn't know that she was from Hawaii. She's technically an American, literally an American. But that little tidbit was relevant enough that it kind of got my mind going in that direction, that people don't always sound, the way they look, and vice versa, and especially when they sing too, because the way you sing and the way you talk can be 2 separate things, So, and that's really all there is to my story, but that's why I chose that song.
I first got wind of her for her role as Mary Magdalene in the film adaptation of Jesus Christ Superstar, with Ted Neely as Christ and Carl Anderson as Judas.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually saw that production with them on tour.
Cool.
In the mid-'90s with one of our friends, Rob. We went and saw that together, and it had Ted Neely and Carl Anderson. Yvonne Elliman was not in it. She didn't play Mary in the
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's great.
All right. Very cool. All right. Anyone want to volunteer to go second?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Save Mark for last so he can wow us and get all our points. So
Not likely.
it was for some reason it was really tough finding a song from this decade that was significant. So the song I chose was "You Light Up My Life," because I think I've always found it a great song to describe what a partner would be in a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've really listened to the song, and I'm against relying on another person to make you happy, that kind of stuff. But healthy relationships help each other grow, and they support each other. So that is just a song that symbolized that for me. So whenever I'd hear that song, that's what I would think about. And that's the song I picked.
And it's funny, because I think, maybe I'm wrong, but this argument has come that song is actually about God, because she was a Christian. And so, there's a lot of songs like that work in both ways, where you don't know they're singing about God. It sounds like they're talking about this awesome partner they have. But yeah, I think lots of people felt that way about that song when it came out. I love that song too. And I remember when it was one of those like emotional pop songs when it came on. I just like hammed it up sort of when it came on the radio. So it was fun in that way. All right, Mark, better be good, man. Pressure, no pressure.
Okay.
What you got?
So my song choice has a two-part story. First part, main reason why I picked the song. So I picked Kansas, Dust in the Wind.
Cool.
Because this was literally one of the very first songs I ever learned how to play on guitar. I did, when I first picked up guitar, I did take a few guitar lessons, and this was literally the very first song that I actually learned properly on how to play guitar. And then, here we are, 30 some years later, and I still play it. And you touched on this earlier in the episode. We did a impromptu parody version of that.
Yeah.
I think it was probably around the time of like the 3 Nights with Teddy and the.
It was pretty early in our pre-Trimungus career. Yes.
It's called Crust in the Bin. I don't know if it's actually still out there or not. I know I took the.
I don't know.
The extended version I know is no longer available because.
Okay.
Of some off-colored comments. But anywho.
I don't remember. Probably good.
But yeah, so Dust in the Wind, just that classic opening guitar, finger picked. Mm-hmm. It was how I learned how to first play, guitar, just finger picking and all that as well, and just we'll always have a special place.
Yeah, I actually learned how to play the opening of that song, but that's it. And so I used to hey, I can play this. It was like the one go-to thing that I could do on the guitar, and I don't think I can do it anymore. Mm. So, all right, so we've got Dust in the Wind for you. You Light Up My Life, and If I Can't Have You. So, Mark, why don't you give your points out first?
All right, well, I'm going to give 3 points to Jessica.
Okay.
Because I like, how the sentiment that she attached to the song and feeling and yeah. And 2 points I give to you, Tim.
Thank you.
And those are my points.
All right, very cool. Jessica, you want to go next?
Sure. I would like to give 1 point to Tim,
Okay.
4 points to Mark, because I want to acknowledge that awareness that the song had brought to you, Tim, about, people. And for Mark, I gave you the bulk of the points just because of the impact that it had, knowing you are, how talented of a musician you are now, and you're active in music, etc. So really, that's something I didn't know either. So love that you shared that.
All right, cool. All right, so I decided to, I was kind of back and forth on this one, but I'm giving the majority of the points to Mark. I'm going to give you 3 points to Mark, because again, you've got it attached to something that was very personal to you. That's a lot of guys who play guitar must remember the songs that they first started playing on, and I think that's pretty valuable. Jessica, you get the other 2 points because I just, basically everything you said about the song, and from the point of view of it being a love situation, not about God, but for some people that is a love situation. But I like the sentiment of that, and I like where am I going with this? The point is, you're getting 2 points because I like Mark's story a little better. All right, so that brings us to the end of the nostalgia round, and now we have our total points. You ready for the total points?
Yeah, let's hear
Mark,
it.
you got 13 points. I got 16 and a half, and Jessica, you got 17 points, which means you beat me by half a point, so you are the winner of today's game, which means you get to pick from the jar of prizes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to hand you that jar so you can pick your prize.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, boy. We've had some wacky ones lately, so...
Oh boy. Oh, sorry, Tim.
When?
My prize is that I get to throw a pie in your face.
What? Come on. Did you put that in there?
I did.
No, you jerk. Oh, I'm going to get you, man. Next thing's going to have, squirrel souffle in your face involved, I swear. But first, I got to find a recipe for squirrel souffle. So what kind of pie is it going to be? Do I get to choose the pie, or do you get to choose the pie?
Nope.
No, who chooses the pie?
No one.
Oh, so is this a metaphor of this
Well,
pie?
I'll have to choose it since I have
true.
I'll be the one to do it.
Alrighty. I prefer raspberry, because I eat some of it off my face. Raspberry pie, if they make those. So, alrighty. Well, that is the end of our game for episode 9, the year 1978. Thank you for sticking around and joining us. If you like the show, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, we still got one episode left for this season to round out the 70s, and we hope you join us for that. Please hit the subscribe button for that, and please share with your loved ones and your friends if you want them to see our wonderful show. Thank you so much. Before we go, Mark, you got to tell us some stuff about music and Spotify and Apple and stuff like that.
Sure. So for tonight's episode, we've picked our favorite songs from 1978, and I've created a playlist that I've put the link in the description to this video, or so either you can go and listen on Spotify or Apple Music and hear all our favorite songs. Maybe you'll find some new classics, new favorites, and revisit some old ones that you've also maybe are nostalgic about like we are. So hope you enjoy it. Check them out in the description of the video.
All right, Jessica, want to add anything?
No.
Good. Well, I hope you all had a good time. Congratulations on being able to throw a pie in my face. Aside from that, if you like to read, I've got a book out on Amazon Kindle called Evergreen Choose Happiness. It is a sci-fi coming-of-age story with a touch of cosmic horror, and if you like that kind of thing, please check it out. It's only $5. And I think that's all we got today. So on behalf of Mark and Jessica and Tarmungus, my name is Tim. Thank you for joining us, and let's shuffle out of here.
We were on our way to Mike and Shelley's house to do a documentary for our investigation team. It's the Supernatural Hauntings Investigation Team. And I remember. And on our way there, BB said he saw something. And so we pulled over.
Why are we pulling over?
Just because BB saw an airplane.
There's a UFO
You've never
out
seen
there.
an airplane before, apparently.
You what?
There's a UFO out there, I swear to
A
God.
UFO?
It's an airplane.
What did it look like?
It's an airplane.
Baby, what did you see, man?
It's all a UFO.
All right, well, I don't know. I don't see anything, man.
Exactly. There's nothing up there to see.
Is that your UFO?
Is it a UFO?
Oh, it's another car.
And at first we saw Luna, who gave me the finger and drove off.
Hey, Luna, it's Randy. What's up?
Oh, it's you. Fuck you, asshole.
What?
By the way, you're in the middle of the road, jackass.
What the hell? Oh.
Luna is the woman who helped us in our second investigation when I was possessed, they say. I don't remember any of that, but.
Okay, all right, good job, guys. We got him in the chair, got him tied up. Let me just see how tight these are. Yeah, I can't pull these out. Yep, we're good. Okay, these seat up.
Yeah, I was possessed by a demon once. That's, just, I guess it happens. But, well, I kind of made her mad at a party, and so now she doesn't talk to us.
It's Pablo! It's Pablo! It's Pablo!
Hey, that Coors Light's some pretty strong stuff.
Oh, hey. What's up, Lunar?
Hey, I didn't realize you guys were being filming. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, what happened? You couldn't find a place to park your broomstick?
Psychic, not a witch, Randy.
Then you know I was gonna say that.
Dude, that's fucking cold, man. We got this shit on fucking.
you.
Shit. Oh shit! She just did not do that. Oh
I got bad news, guys.
Yeah, you fucking pissed off Luna, you dick.
No, we don't have any pie.